on Hafaday Guam. I'm Jason Salas alongside Ken Nicholas and Chris Malfunction Barnett. We are your broadcast team tonight for Championship KUM Sports right here, presented by McDonald's. We are at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse in Manila. Boys, we have a fantastic high school championship basketball game ahead of us tonight. The Simon Sanchez Sharks going up against the JFK Islanders. And Ken, we'll start with you for analysis. The JFK Islanders have 3 All-Island selections, including MVP Chris Connor, the best player in the league. They are going to come with a very, very potent offensive attack, but Sanchez is going to counter with a very, very stingy defense.
You're right, Jason. The JFK Islanders are also defending champs. You know, they have a lot of offensive threats, so Sanchez really needs to be stingy with their defense. In the semifinal game, they held St. John's to 39 points. So if they can do something like that tonight, disrupt the passing lanes, get good man-to-man defense, they have a good chance of winning as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, Chris, both of these teams have very deep benches, too. They can go all the way to the end. A lot of talent on both of these teams, but it's also the gentlemen on the benches that are going to dictate the pace of this game. Talk about the chess match that goes on between the two coaches, legendary players.
Okay, yeah, JFK coach Ray Sarafico, Sanchez coach Jin Han, both of them have won 2 championships, and tonight they're both going for their 3rd. And these guys as players, they were both, point guards, so I really think that their offenses kind of rotate around moving that ball around. And I look for JFK. I mean, it's a no-brainer. They're going to try and get the ball to Chris Connor. He's the MVP. If that doesn't work, he's going to dish it out. They've got 2 other great shooters in Billy Belger and Aldero Grape. So Sanchez, they're also going to be moving the ball around. There's going to be a lot of pressure on first-team All-Islander John Buan. So he's going to have to, be able to dish that ball and look to create open shots and make good shots. And, Sanchez, we talk about that D. I don't think they're going to hold the Islanders to 39 points, but I look for them to provide a full court pressure, for the whole game.
The mood is absolutely electric here at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse in Manila. Ken, the crowd decidedly was Sanchez early on. The Sanchez faithful, alumni, students, faculty members all came out early. JFK is starting to fill the place up too. Talk about the crowd.
There's a lot of energy here tonight. Fans from both sides, excited for a good match. We saw the Okadu Bulldogs do the little tent thing for the Islanders. So I guess, Bulldogs are going for the Islanders here. A lot of different storylines, a lot of interesting things to look out for tonight.
And Chris, talk about that a little bit, because as Ken was saying, when JFK ran in, Okadu, who's just down the street from them, literally, welcomed them into the gym. And we've seen on Twitter already that a lot of the Okadu players say they're pulling for JFK tonight. Yeah,
this is, it's almost like Guam politics, where it's like these back court deals are being made. And you're right, Okadu, a lot of the boys team, they came out on Twitter, on our Twitter poll, and they said, hey, we're going to the 3rd place, but we're rooting for the Islanders. And I'm not sure how that works out, but there's no secret that, the JFK-Sanchez rivalry, I mean, this goes back decades. These 2 schools have been at each other's throats for, like I said, tens of years, and it's no different tonight. I mean, it's a little more respectful. I interviewed both teams, and they had a lot of good things to say about each other. So I don't really think that, the Islanders and the Sharks are coming in here. There's not a lot of trash talking, but you're right, Okadu kind of throwing their support behind the Islanders. That kind of threw a wrench in things, and I wonder how that's affecting Sanchez. And I also wonder, does that mean like the St. John's Knights, who just lost a 3rd place game, are they now rooting for the Sharks? I mean, are we seeing like a public-private school crossover?
Well, it is a rivalry, as Chris said, that is the oldest rivalry in Northern Guam sports history, goes back generations. And like you said, there is mutual respect from both teams, both Sanchez and JFK, but they are going to get it on. Stay tuned. Championship Sports right here on KUM TV, presented by McDonald's, continues right after this tip-off, just moments away. JFK and Sanchez for all the marbles. Stay tuned.